And I don't care what anybody says. These not your keys is not your crypto.
Unit 2, move into position. Units 3 and 4, maintain coverage.
No one can ever take my crypto from me.
1032C, 1011, SWAT HQ.
I use hardware wallets with encrypted seed phrases. And I dare you low IQ idiots to even think about coming after me and my crypto. You have to pry my private keys out of my cold, dead diamond hand. I dare you. I double dog dare you. What was that?
Unit 5, set up a perimeter with Unit 6. Copy that.
Don't move. Don't move. Hands in there. Hands in there right now. What's going on here?
Well, Mr. Jones. At last we meet.
Who are you?
Agent Harold Dick from the Wallet Enforcement Agency. And sorry about the doors and the windows. I did lightly knock. Mr. Jones, we are executing a FISA warrant to search this premises for unregistered crypto wallet keys. Hey, you don't mind if we take a look around now, do ya?
Oh, look what we got here, Harry.
Well, that didn't take very long at all now, did it? What do we have here? Oh, this wouldn't be a book of unregistered wallet seed phrases, would it?
Son of.
Oh, you make my job just way too easy for me. Jackpot, boys, good job. Go ahead and cuff this loser, boys. Daddy's probably getting a promotion out of this one. Pleasure doing business with you, Mr. Jones. See you around.
Please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup. Find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, 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 oh. And I'm singing like, whoa, oh, oh, oh. Lit check, been a minute, let me hit the homies in a group text. 10 years, same team, true vets. Got a couple trophies, but no chains on the neck. No. Got a couple Cardis, we don't flood with baguettes. It's a very small world, so my hand holds. Wake up, make the money, that's a man's role. Loyalty and love is what I stand for. Can't forget about trust, but first, please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup. Find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, 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 oh. And I'm singing like, whoa, oh, oh, oh. It's the weekend, we've been working. I'll be posted, fireside. Bring my boys in, bring your girls in. We'll be posted up all night. Limited edition, not the regular one. We shut down the city like when presidents come. I am not a rookie, I'm a veteran, bruh. Promise I'ma take it easy later on. Whoa, oh,
Check, 1 2 1 2.
oh, 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 oh. Please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup. Find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, 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 oh. And I'm singing like, whoa, oh, SOS, oh. Please fill my cup.
Got a two-tone weight. Got my Down to my right, we're going down. Hit the road, Jack, won't come back, no. You can sign me. With a devil in my hand, now here's to the cheaters. Hey, 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 all the critics on land. This one's on me, hey. Oh yeah, that's right. Gotta hit you to my left, down to my right. We're going down.
Even saggy bags need some loving and some squeezing.
Those who survive know the one more time. Forth and back, just like that. What comes around goes around, my man. Say hey, hey, say hey, hey. Forth and back, and just like that, you're going down for Heaven's Gate. I gotta tell it to the right, we're going down.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I'm so thankful. Thank you very much.
Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto with Road Dogg. My name is Lane and taking you through the charts tonight as our bags are drooping and dropping. Will it ever stop? Will the bloodshed ever stop? Will altcoins ever stop bleeding? Will Bitcoin ever stop dropping? Although Bitcoin is at 64,000. She did hang around 20 something thousand for the longest time. Like she'd never get past 30. Then she did. So here you all bitching about Bitcoin being at $64,000. What's wrong with you? Have you no gratitude for where you've been? Hey, but it hurts if you put too much in at the top. That's what it really comes down to, you pot. Buying in too high on some of these things, whether it's Bitcoin or not. Usually the culprit for that. So here we are, man. I got this trend line here on the weekly. I'm tracking this weekly because this has got to be, by my definition, one of my lines in the sand. So I haven't missed them all. Man, I've been... This is the time. It's a time for me to get pensive. And I think it's a good time, you know, when you see things going down and get these weeks where you get beat up and everything. And lots of people got beat up, especially on leverage. I had one leverage. Technically, I had 3 leverage trades on an account that I should have paid more attention to. They didn't get stopped. They got liquidated. One of my pride and joy little accounts I took from $100 to about $1,600 at one time, and then I did a lot of clever stuff to do that, and then turned right around and did a lot of stupid. Even waited a while and went back and did more stupid. Well, stupid caught up with me on this, so it has humbled me back down to about $200, I think, over there. So can we make a comeback on that? But I had to manage my bigger accounts, so that's what took my time. So I missed that little thing that I could have maybe caught to saved it, but may have, it may not have. It was in danger either way. Overtrading, is that a problem? I've got to start looking at that. I believe that I may be an overtrader. I believe I may fall into that diagnosis. Oh my God. Is there a pill for that? Is there? Anyway, so here on the weekly chart, this trend line is holding, and this is down here. We got a 200 moving average on this area, and this is around 62,000, where and a lot of other people have mentioned that price too. There's a lot of other ways other than this trend line to come up with that too. So it's got confluence, in other words, for this area that it may be tested again. Now I've got it as low as about 61.5 through there. It's just based on the trend line. She has wicked below this trend line before in the past, so she's got a history of being a little wily when it comes to here. To me, I always file that in the back of my head as a caution sign. Well, next time she touches it, it may not hold, but luckily for us, it did hold here and from other places. Starting to lose our non-moving average on the weekly. That's a bad sign for me. The big culprit, one that really that I promised myself that I'd always listen to from now on, was MAD over here, MACD, and I promised myself that on the weekly, whenever she got close to crossing here, that I would definitely be taking some profits, which I did, but just not enough. And if she ever closed, I would definitely pay attention to that and possibly exit my positions, which I ain't done that. I have not done that. And here we are down. And I'm like, gosh darn it. I mean, you can see things coming in the TA. We've talked about this for weeks and stuff, even for altcoins, right? Over about this area here. And I even mentioned about taking some profits over here, but it just kind of irritates me how, you know, I can see signs coming and I don't listen to my own TA or follow through with my own TA or take, you know, it didn't strike me as being serious enough. I didn't have enough conviction, I think is what I'm trying to say, for how big of a rejection that I can get here. And then you look back and you think, I'm making stupid mistakes like I did last time by not listening to those early warning signals. And I don't know, when you get into these, sometimes it's good to be thinking like that. You can't beat yourself up about that, but this is a great place to look at, man, what do I really need to work on here? You know, what's been working for me, what's not been working for me. And this is our craft. If we want to make this our life, this can be your job. This can be your main source of income. If you get these skills under your belt, they can be. You don't have to work for the man anymore. You can support yourself this way. I'm living testimony that you can do that and do well, and you've got to be patient. But man, it's so easy to I don't know, you get complacent, you get a bias that comes in. It's the psychology, and that's what it is in this market, is that psychology. And when things are going good, you've got that bias. And even though, yeah, I know, yeah. All right, well, the next time it goes back up, we'll make sure that that's what I was telling myself. Next time we get back up to these, I'm going to make sure that I'm taking profits. And that next time didn't come. Dang it. And every next time, I'm just not doing enough. So it's a good time to tweak. So I'm noticing what my problems are, and I just think it's a good time to. I'll probably all should be doing that. This is, like I said, this is our craft. This is our craft. So we need to refine it and become better. And that's the only way I've found to kind of improve, is just to kind of not beat yourself up, but just you got to keep going back over. I mean, they say journaling helps, and I agree that it probably would help, but to be honest with you, I just can't sit there and write down every freaking trade that I do. Especially if I let my degen out, he's on the run, and he's just like, he's like the Tasmanian devil. There's no way to track what he's going to do. Just IRS, you got to figure out the degen angle, because yeah, you can't process that many transactions. I'm sorry, you just can't. You're not that competent to do it by a different system, IRS. Just giving the IRS some advice on what not to do for crypto. So, shout out to everybody who's hanging out with me tonight, and we'll be taking a look at the market here. Go back to Bitcoin just a second, and then start checking out the bloody altcoins that are out there. Oh, God, guys had me scared, man. I thought my microphone was off again. I was like, oh God, please not again. Sam Webb says like a tennis bob and tube sock. What are you fellas talking about? Hey, Fish Guru is here. SBL asking about IOTA. I like IOTA, by the way. Let me write that one down. That's an old school IoT play. Fish Guru says NDQ got weekly gravestone doji, looking for Binance to go off short liquidations above, but Bitcoin daily 20 EMA crossing 50 EMA around 66.5. So may not get everything on the map. Caught that last word there. Striker says, get any earlier and I'm subbing. Striker, do you like it late at night? I like the late night shows. It's just the wow, man. I don't go to bed. I don't think the algorithm likes the late night shows though. I should be living in Asia. Maybe I'm supposed to be Chinese. Anyway, let's go over here. This is Bitcoin. This is on the weekly, by the way. I normally do this on Sundays with the weekly close, but screw it. We need to know this stuff all the time. We're it's not horrible, man. The moving averages where our main momentum's coming from looks good. But I'm telling you what, I just don't like this on the MACD, man. I've never liked that. That's always been a good, even though late. Therefore, my anticipation is to try to front run it. And here I am, like when it's there, I'm like, but let's just wait a little longer. Listening to this little voice in my head, this little bias. So I thought I was getting ready to rant on biases. Biases are sneaky, man. They come up on you. And we try not to be biased, but you know, I do have a bias that we're repeating something very similar to this. That's one of my theories that I've got. We're kind of stuck in this little area, kind of right here if we were to scale out. That's just my theory, and I've had that for a while. And so far, you know, that's played out when we were, you know, we talked about this on this channel. If you guys were watching me when we were down here hanging around 30,000 for so long. Me and my little rising wedges, which should break to the downside, and it's like, no, I got something else coming here. I guess I'm looking for this. I mean, didn't know for sure, but we were due for the type of fake out that we had back here, and we're still due for some of these type of fake outs. But in the bigger picture of things, you know, we're just getting started. So they are trying to shake us out. The question is, what would this shakeout look like? Will it just be a little summer of sideways? I mean, are we going to do something like this and then take off and respect this trend line and then maybe come back for our third hump before doing a dump or something, or a bigger pullback? That's what my initial thesis was, that we would actually get up a little bit higher and then come down for a bigger retracement. But you know, so screw you, Road Dog. I'm doing me. Thanks for the input, but you can't tell me what to do, sucker. That's what Bitcoin said to my face. Spat it right all over me with a lisp. Or might we just do this boring range thing for a long time? Well, let's cover the up and the sideways. That only leaves down to come, and then we got the cup and handle to the upside, which who the hell knows? I really don't want to see prices. A lot of people do. A lot of people would. They would love to see it come back to 48, and it's technically possible that we could with those levels of support. But given the shortage of supply of Bitcoin, this is where we get into our rationale and fundamentals and ideas and stuff. Those probabilities are getting kind of low unless it's just purposely manipulated down there, in my personal opinion. nobody in their right mind is going to want to sell their Bitcoin, especially if they started buying it around 50 something thousand and above. Let's see, back in January, we were here about 45. Early birds got into the ETFs, whoever had early access, around 48 or whatever. But most people started getting in around 50 something. So when all the ETFs, I think, actually went active and stuff or something, I don't know. Can't remember the details, but this area down here around 52 to 58, it's kind of like where most of the ETF traffic came in, meaning that could be a good base. But basically, we're just up here seeing if we are making a double top, changing our trend and no longer on our upward trend. That would suck. And get a bigger pullback, or are we getting ready? Are they gearing us up for a bigger move? And all you can say was look to the bigger time frames, but hell, they're starting to look scary here too. We got red dots written on the monthly, on the wave table, on Market Cipher. The best thing we got going for us is the money flow, but you see the VWAP is going down. That's why we got the red dot. You know, it crossed over, so that's why we got the red dot printing there. Stochastics are just kind of buried out, topped out. Was 99%. I mean, you can't go past 100, right? Sitting here right at 96, so we're very, very hot on stochastics, which eventually need to reset. Or should. Normally that's what we look for. MACD is technically still full speed ahead. A little sign of slowing down here, but still. Could this be the early signs of a rollover? Maybe, but our lines look full steam ahead here, and she could pick up back steam, which is what we would expect for a bigger move. If I went by Ichimoku Cloud says, baby, I'm ready to rock your world on this big rock star picture global scale. Let's go. She's out there screaming on the monthly like, you ain't got nothing to worry about, baby. So we got that. The weekly Ichimoku is kind of like, yeah, we're filling it out as we go. She's far enough to where we're comfortable, but we just don't want price to touch it. The Ichimoku Cloud is basically price to shadow. We don't want price to touch a shadow, because then downward stuff starts happening more of the time. So that's what I got for Bitcoins, and then their altcoins are kind of sucking, as we know, losing this main trend line coming down. So can we come down more? Are we finding support? Looks like we're finding support temporarily. I am still hoping that for that pullback, if we get a pullback, then I can do some things with my altcoin, de-risk, because I would really like to do that with some of my positions. On a pullback, get into some little bits of profits, and then kind of de-risk a little bit or something, because I really think that we're going to maybe see some juicier prices out of these altcoins over this lovely summer that we're just kicked off today. Shrinkage says, got some more Vera Network. It dipped today. Let's start taking a look at the altcoins here. This guru says, let's say we get a relief rally in lieu of the SPX, which is a long shot. How far to tether dominance weekly bottom trim before Bitcoin rally gets smacked down harder? So far, she's maintaining on the dominance, or the stablecoin, what I'm saying. But yeah, she starts reversing on us. We don't want that. SPX chart keeps coming up here. They keep having a good day, the traditional stock market. I'm trying to keep DXY up there, the dollar, which is increasing too. We're back up to 105. Remember the good old days when we were just trying to reach back to 100? It's the weekend. We have no new people coming in, bringing new money into this market. We just keep circulating the whole stuff. Suppose we want to understand there was a lot of money, a lot of Tether was printed earlier in the year, I think in January, and it's just been kind of lackluster since then. There's been nothing new coming in. And with the ETFs coming in, I don't know how that would affect Tether dominance, other than it could have a negative effect on Tether dominance because, well, we're kind of excluding the need for Tether dominance, going straight with banks to Bitcoin through Coinbase or whatever. And if Coinbase had to choose, they like to go with USDC anyway. They're partial, trying to bring in that new world order. Let's take a look at IOTA and get into some of these altcoins while we got a chance here. IOTA is at 17.2 cents right now, right? Let's take a look at this one. This was an oldie but goodie in my opinion. An OG coin, we'll put it at that. So, wow, trader, let's go to the investor side over here. Investor side, it's got a buy signal. Trader side, it says sell, baby, sell. Market cap's 568. It's $500 million for this OG coin. Circulating supply is 3.3 billion. Total supply is 4.6 billion. So they're mostly out now. Don't have to worry about them falling on our head through unlocks and all that stuff as much, or through the rewards. A lot of this stuff still is coming out through rewards, I believe. So all that kind of stuff is played out, whereas with their newer coins, you still got a lot of that going on. Some of the new coins look nice, shiny, and will do well. Some of them has got some crappy tokenomics, man. Take a look at WorldCoin. Have you seen how many billions of what little amount is already out and what price it is, and then how many will be released over time? It's just like there's no way it can ever sustain that price. So, coming back to IOTA, all-time high for this guy was $5.25. Does that get your interest? All-time low was 8 cents, and we're double that. So a 2x from its all-time lows, basically right now. She's still at a good place. If it's one that you want to try to ride, can it go back to $5.25? I don't know. I mean, we got a $500 million market cap. I don't know that we'd see that much. Let's take a look at it. This is what Tokenmetrics has got about this project. Fundamental grade 68%. That's good. Valuation grade 81%. Undervalued. It is undervalued. That's good. Technology grade 75%. It's kind of toward the top of what we normally see. And investor grades at 71%, which is really good. So Tokenmetrics says, yes, solid way to go. I haven't kept up with what they've been doing lately. Digital autonomy provides technology for anything to securely navigate a digitized world. Securing data. Do I get to scroll through here, or do you tell me? But I'm not going to spend a lot of time going through all this stuff, but this is where you look at to see if it's like something you'd be interested in. She has been around for a while. Started out with the Internet of Things, and I'm sure that they've got, they got an EVM mainnet. What is the roadmap? Anyway, let's take a look at the chart where this was back last, now our all-time low was like 545, right? So last run didn't make it that high, right? Only made it about half that. That might be what we look at for some of these OG coins that have been around for a while. They may not be making higher highs and everything, but we could still pull out the fibs and get some reasonable areas. Like the 618 would be a great target. So like 173 and 213 would be some good targets long term for this one, in my personal opinion. That could be a 10 to a 13x on this project, getting in at 14 cents, selling about anywhere from $1.40 with a 10x to 214, or higher if it chooses to go higher. On the big scale, I mean, it was way up higher before. I mean, you could say, looking at the chart, we might be coming up to make this big, huge double bottom. But, you know, in the scope of the time that we got, you know, that might be all that we do. And then we, you know, whatever happens for the next bear market or something, who knows? I think these are reasonable targets, especially for the older coins that have been out, the ones from last cycle. Don't expect that. Oh, they're gonna double this time. I mean, some of them might. Hopefully some of them will. But the first stop that I'm looking for most of those is about the 618 Fibonacci. We should. That's a good place to go for. It just is. It's just. So I like this one. And she's right down at her bottom prices again. So I doubt that you'll see her go much further below the 13-cent area. She can. She got all the way down to 5 cents way back in the day, back in 2020. She hasn't come anywhere close to that since then. So I wouldn't think that she would go much further than her last bottom here. If anything, just depending on what happens in the market, because if altcoins are going to go lower, then I mean, I don't know. The charts make it look like they shouldn't go lower than here. So that's a good sign. Maybe altcoins aren't going to take a huge drop. I mean, I kind of pay attention to these things too. So I'm here on the weekly time frame on this chart, on this one too. She's already got to that 886 level in the weekly. Seems to be doing cool with it, respecting it on the daily, hanging around it. For investment purposes, yeah, I think DCAing through here would be the best bet in my personal opinion. This looks kind of different here, so I find it interesting how we got this angle coming in here, we got this, and then I would expect something very similar mirrored over here as far as price action. So something that kind of mirrors this same angle. It would not be uncommon to see that act that way. I'm not saying it's got to, but just throwing it out there. But back into reaccumulation areas for a lot of these coins, including IOTA. But I do like the possibilities for this one. I think it can do definitely a 10 or 13x during this run. These guys are Tatty Cathy's. Yet my chat rate is not up. That's weird. Jamie Paycheck says, if you would like to scope Jasmine and Turbo real quick with a glance. I know we looked at them recently. Jasmine. I was going to look at Jasmine tonight. She's been falling back to about 2.8 cents, which I think looked like a decent place to start snagging some for my positions anyway. She can still come lower. We've identified a channel that she's basically respecting so far, so it could be getting down to about 2.5 cents. She's on the daily respecting this 200 moving average here, so I like that. That coincides with this little top area over here, so maybe we can get a support resistance flip out of this area. That would be good. I'm cool with that. Momentum looks good with moving averages. See, we're on the daily. Stochastics are buried on Market Cipher. Don't yet got the green dot, but she looks like she's getting ready to do it. Not yet today, though. Might happen over this weekend from what I can see. Maybe she won't come any lower. Maybe she'll respect that little area and this little trend line that... Oh man, you didn't nail it! You're getting sloppy, road dog. What do we have down there? 0.026. There's still tomorrow. She got down to 0.027. Cool. Hopefully we'll get a bounce through here. That's what we need. What the pattern that she's kind of doing right now looks like it is a opening broadening. It's a mega bone pattern. They're normally bullish, and usually what you'll see is they'll find a partial decline. It means that she has a good chance of coming back and retesting this area. She's going to bottom out. about to bottom out, and that's the first sign that they are probably getting ready to break out. These have a high probability of breaking out. It's about 70%, 72%, I think, is the actual. Yeah, 72% is the actual Bukowski statistic there on these bullish megaphones. But that would be the first thing to look for. Probably get a double bottom through this area. It's what I would hope for. And then we got, and then of course the targets. I still got 5 cents up there. Which from here would be what? Another 72, possibly 73%, but don't expect it to happen overnight. She's going to struggle through here. We could go through here for be after the 4th of July. Oh man, this market looks kind of rough to me until 4th of July. One of our projections had Bitcoin coming down to the 4th of July. Like there's some kind of, it looked like it was on the trajectory to continue coming down steadily until the 4th of July is what it looked like when we looked at the charts last night. I don't know if that will happen or not, but that's just what it looks like. And somebody wants us to have some bearish sentiment. We got Germany selling off a lot of Bitcoin. I don't know what that means or ties into anything, but they're doing it through spot, so that doesn't help us out any. There's usually always a reason and a story behind those kind of things. Dave Pete says I'm drunk. Tacos with Strega. Yay! Oh, I lost my spot. Fish Guru says we aren't getting a parabolic rally. Just as in 2008 crash, market is barely topping the high of the previous bull, and every indicator in large time frame says get the hell out. They are looking. There are some signs there. There really are. Jason says parabolic 100% coming. For Bitcoin, I do see a parabolic. I just don't know when. But I mean, we just had the halvening. We haven't felt the effect from the halvening in the global demand. I expect a huge parabolic move to come from Bitcoin. But I just don't know that it's going to be this summer. That could be toward the end of the year. Normally it takes from the halvening about a good 4 to 6 months before their price is really felt and before we start seeing anything. So from April to, that's coming in around September, October. Yeah, we could be hurting and a hurting until then. Strega said got some more there. Oh, we was gonna look at Turbo, that was the other one. Turbo, you getting your bounce, Turbo? Turbo's actually been doing good. Let me come down to the smaller time frame, 4 hours. Still respecting. Well, no, she's not. She broke the trend line. So if you were actively trading this one and using the strategies that I say draw a trend line and then you take profits every time that it breaks it. So if you're actively trading, like you're on the 1 hour, 15 minute or whatever, and you're in on this, not the investing, but the actual trading. I mean, yeah, I'm eventually making sure I am going to sell out of this. Those are the ways that I take profit. And then you have your major trend lines and they tell you where you get out. Sometimes you will, and especially when things are bullish, you see that line break and it's just got to establish another low so we can kind of, you got a main overall trend line that you're following. That's the main one you got to really pay attention to. She broke. Now this one started riding it up. Sometimes you see that in the bullish things, but usually we're coming to a place where we can just double top. Very rarely do we just break off and just go keep going crazy parabolic Although if it does, I will take that L. Those are just the ways that I throw out there to let you know, that help you to know when to take profit, because some people just say, well, if it's far away from the 21 or your stochastics, or a lot of people end up getting out too early. This helps you keep it out from getting out too early with the trendline strategy. One of those most helpful things that I learned, and shoot, you could even say we haven't, or we just now breaking our main trajectory from back here, and then we got a wick there. That, yeah, that actually confers. So from where it originally started, and whatever time frames are your own, you can go to the smaller time frames to nail it. So I want to fine tune it and get on the 15, and then you can really start seeing, especially use high Kanashi candles and start following them. But now what do we do? Let me get rid of some of these moving averages here on Turbo. Turbocio. Well, that didn't help. That was the one. What did I turn off? Okay, so, well, I think we got everything, right? Did I just erase everything else I had? Yeah, I already had it. I'm not going to redo all the TA. Shouldn't have to. We'll just make sure it's still applicable. So here was our trend line following. Got to break out of that. Get rid of these guys. They're in my way. This was the main one that we're following here on the 4 hour. It makes a lot more sense on the 4 hour, right? So that's the difference between you can get in, but if you're swing trading, a 4 hour swing trade, look how clean that looks. And follow your trend line on the 4 hour swing trade. Great one to map out your trades. And then here it broke, so this swing is over. You would technically be out of that swing trade doing that, and that one took from the 18th, just 2 days, not long at all. Now you hardcore swing traders might be looking for another one, but right now we're just following this guy. So now we got our downward trend, and then we wait for the breakout of that. Price will reclaim the non-moving average, and according, the other things that you see that should be supported on the charts, like stochastics bottoming, trying to go to the upside. Like they're bottom now, they're not ready to flip over yet. Will they? Will they take their time? Will something else happen? Don't know, but they're getting positioned to be in the right spot. But those are the things that you want to look for when we get your breakout. And I actually think a breakout will be coming for this. How far up it'll go, I don't know. We'll probably bump into this other trend line at some point. Would be my guess. But we do have targets up here at 0.0066 and 0.0074 if we're lucky enough to get there. On the way, I already hit this area that we had at 0.006-ish. So this is the point where I would pull my Fibonacci out and go swing low to swing high. And you're just now getting started. Now it's unlikely that you're going to get your bounce off of this 236 area, but if you do, it's going to be one hell of a ride. Usually you will at least come down to this 382 area, which I see as being a possibility. Getting a bounce from here, if this is where we're bouncing, there's a lot of confluence with the 100 and 200 moving averages, the 21 coming up. This may be the area. Looking to the left, we see that this was an area. This may be a support resistance flip area. Just coming back and retesting this whole little zone through here. It could come a little bit lower. But if she finds a bounce here, strong move, big move, bounce off the 382 is going to be big. Like how big? Like you take a measure, move big. You know that old flag thing that everybody does on the upside. Yeah, you could actually do that. and take it. That would get us up to this 618 area, about 0.007. Actual move says maybe 0.0076. We'll revisit that idea. But if that happens, good. If not, then we'll probably come back and then retest these areas over here, 0.5 or 618 area. Even down to doing a big W pattern down here. So we're not out of the woods. It depends on where we bounce, but it's got signs that it wants to try to bounce here. So if it does, she might be looking for another big ass move up. What would propel that? I don't know. Probably people saying, well, hell, what am I going to do with my money now? Everything's going down. Let's put it into turbo. That seems to be something. And let's see, let me go down my listy here. So Strega mentioned one I was trying to get over to. Is it Bella? Fish Guru says LimeWire might be worth a look. Was it on my list? It almost made it. Yeah. LimeWire has been moving. It's at a low, right? LimeWire might be worth a look for a bounce, but I wouldn't hold anything because Bitcoin Weekly Stochastic says we're about to confirm a crash. You can definitely make an argument that altcoins are it's dangerous. I mean, Bitcoin crashing right now is not going to do anything good for the altcoins, and the juicy prices we get, the bottoms that we're coming back down to, which some of them look like they're coming back to their very bottoms. I mean, that's either got to hold really strongly or we're finding a whole new bottom, which will not be fun for some of those altcoins. If Bitcoin takes a bigger dump down, then yeah, the alts are going to hurt and bleed bad. And the total 3 top there does support the theory that altcoins do have a little bit more bleeding to go. Okay, there's the Turbo and Jasmine's. Strega, I can't find it anymore. So take a look at LimeWire. Got it here on KuCoin. Oh, well, look at that. That's kind of interesting. I don't know if it's going to save us, but sometimes you can see this if you're looking for patterns. If you're the pattern trader, that might be the start of a diamond pattern. Might be, could be, possible. You kind of see that little heartbeat kind of shape a lot of times when that happens. Oh, good Lord, look, we're back at where we started a long time ago. That's a hell of a pullback. Nice big stout pattern there, or the parabolic move there, and then down and sideways. The only thing about getting into these coins after they do that is that, I mean, you expect them, I guess there's part of it's expect them just to start doing higher highs and higher lows, but usually what I've found is that they just go through a big long gas accumulation. Not unlike what they did on here, you know, it may not be as long, but they tend to go through that, whether it's bottom out here or it may be bottoming out. And that can make sense for this part of the market, that it may just stay down at these areas for the next 4 or 5 months. So if you're accumulating, if you're trying to position trade, which is what I kind of do, she's still got some areas. She's below her 786. So with our Fibonacci strategy, we would be looking for this 886, about 27 cents. I've seen a couple of things that are showing me 27 cents so far. So I'm going to say that the tea leaves are probably right on that one. And if we do get some more downside, which it's likely to happen for this kind of setup, That'll probably be kind of the area she rounds out. She can definitely go below that, wick below or anything, but we usually see the 886 Fibonacci area as being a nice area for these bottoms to occur at. So yeah, I think it would be a good project to get into, but I don't see her doing anything real soon, unless she just gets some random spikes up. She can always do come back up to the 200 moving average, get rejected, and that could be up to a 2x in play. But still, it would be doing a accumulation. And if I had to guess, well, our 236 comes right up there where that 618 is now. That we might. Too early to say, but this might be the bottom territory. 26-36 cent range. All we can do is speculate at the moment. The RSI is bottom out, but the stochastics are up at the top, so there's a divergence between those two, which I don't really trust. Stochastics and just reset and spin all the way down and just dump your ass. Dump our asses. And below the 9 on the daily. It looks like we might be headed toward 26 soon. Altcoins look so rough, but it depends on how you're looking at it. Are you shorting them? You could short them. It's kind of risky shorting the bottoms, but hey, there might be some opportunity there. I am not doing that. I would have to I would maybe having to flip-flop two different mindsets from what I'm doing position trading and then flipping short. I might try it on futures or something, but I'm not really trading altcoin on futures. I'm just trading Bitcoin on futures. This group says people are ignoring that the SPX monthly bearish div on the RSI are people that haven't been in the market long. Let's take a look at the So looking for the bearish div, which on the RSI there's definitely there. So it's forming, we just gotta wait for a confirmation. But it is definitely possibly forming there. The only thing is, this does not look bearish to me though. I mean, she's up there, she's hot. She's hotter than the $2 pistol, but some of these bigger lagging indicators are not showing. I mean, I'm seeing crypto looking more bearish than I'm seeing the SPX look right now. Now, I gotta say this about this. Now, I don't have very much experience with SPX or anything. I'm just more of a crypto guy. But I'm curious to see about how this bounce off of this angle here. And also more so off of this Fibonacci, this 236 area. And then she made a higher high. It makes me think that she's got a strong move coming up. I don't know what that's going to. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure AI is what's carrying all that. If it's having a lot to do with it, I'm sure. But I would guess. I'm guessing. I know nothing really about the legacy market. I'm not much of a stock trader. I have some, but it's not my thing. There's a lot more stuff to kind of indices to kind of follow and keep up with over there than I'll really want to get involved with. But man, the momentum looks really strong on SPX though. There is bearish divergence, but you know what, if it doesn't mean that it's, in my opinion, it doesn't mean that it's going to turn around and do it yet, because we haven't really confirmed how high she's going to go. Are you near an area? She just went through her 618. She's not ready to stop yet. Next place would be here. $61.75. Next major area for a 1-to-1 move. I don't know. Usually when the tech stocks goes up, that's usually good for crypto, and some people there are. I've heard them argue made, you know, they're hoping that will spill back over into crypto. There's this market is a mess right now, for sure. There's lots of mixed signals. There definitely are mixed signals. See, we did that. We catch up with our chats here. GTAI says Grimmer. GTAI. So GT protocol, I'm guessing. I want to go with KuCoin on that. And let me back up there. Compare that. Okay, same thing. Oh, we got it here on MexC. Okay, already charted out. Looks like levels. Looks messy. I'm on the monthly, that's why. Snap. Yeah, she lost that line. Oh, look, she didn't. How dare you not touch my trend lines? You suck. You suck, road dog. Look at that retracement. GT. So we've looked at it before. GTAI. Let's see how it scores. Go for investor here. This one's got a market cap of 8 million, so tiny market cap, which can make some big games. It's all-time high is 546, and it's $1 now. So really $1. 75 million total supply. Circulating supply is 8.5 million. Okay, that helps explain the $1. Valuation grades 87% under value. Fundamental grades pretty much in the middle. Investor grades pretty much in the middle. Not giving me a whole lot of insight there. I couldn't tell you what it would do. I just wanted to see how it saw the valuation grade and some of its fundamental grades. Alrighty, let's see what we got. She looks like she's at a 886 retracement. Or dang sure trying. So that's coming in on this chart. This is where MexC. That's at 81 cents. Just a little bit below. Yeah, just. So 81, 82 cents looks like is on the radar. Still below the 9-moving average. She's having a rough time about it. Here we're on the daily. It's got some nice little sloping there, like she's trying to round out. So we should get some kind of scallop pattern building up here, and she could wick, definitely can wick below this. So I don't think the 81 just has to be the all-time bottom. Give her a little cushion there. All these lines shouldn't be treated as lines. They should be treated as areas. So a little give and take. I'd probably give her up to another 10 cents on this side, maybe to 70 cents or something like that she could wick down to during this reaccumulation area. Let's do a little reverse engineering here, and if that is our new bottom, what does our 236 look like? That doesn't look like it's in yet. Oh Lord, what could that bring us down to? I'm just speculating right here. Oh man, this is totally speculation. But I'm going to I need to make a note of it. Reverse engineered bottom. Okay, I can know what I did there. I'm just trying out something. If that gets nailed, then we may be on to something. Jason says people who think they can predict 100% been in the market too long away from people. I respect your opinion and outlook, though chances things are just on a different time schedule than expected. Memes divert. Dave P, can we look at Plant Mojo? Plant Mojo. Thank you, Dave, for the super chat. Very much appreciate that, sir. Very much appreciate that, sir. Don't feel like I'm being articulate. Plant Mojo, Tether, MexC. There we are. Oh, what happened? I'm on the daily. Daily probably stopped bleeding, but man, she was bleeding for a while. I don't know what this is. I doubt that it was since April. Well, the chart looks slightly concerning, although there might be something there. Let's take a look at the project real quick. I doubt we find anything over here. There's a Mojo the Gorilla. That's not doing any good. So you're not giving me what I need over there. Planet Mojo. Planet Mojo, right? Or Plant Mojo? I thought it said Plant Mojo. Planet Mojo, okay. So this guy's got a market cap of 1.5 million. Ooh, better not small. It's like it's got 1 billion total supply, 1 billion maximum supply, and 43 million out there. So there's a lot to be rained down. It's got a $1.4 million market cap, but the fully diluted valuation is 33 million. So a lot of that depends on their tokenomics and their unlocks, and however they're unleashing these coins onto. I don't know how it works, so that would be the main thing to look at, because that's going to affect things. Okay, so looks like some kind of, was it a gaming play? Maybe. What's the link? All right, smartass. You can't tell me what to do, man. Okay, gaming. Planet Mojo Games. Okay, gaming. Well, games have that looks cool. See all updates. This was May in 2024. Planet Mojo partners with Talon Sports to drive forward competitive Web3 gaming. Okay. Well, it looks like they're doing stuff. Let's take a look at the old chart over here. So take due diligence and everything. It looks like I'm not an expert on picking out gaming plays, but it looks like a nice one. They have to kind of do some more due diligence for investing, but let's just see what the charts can tell us here. That's nice. So there's some indications this might be at a bottom area right here. But there is also indications. Okay, and this little guy down here, I'm getting some confluence at 2.18 cents. This one, I'm getting some confidence. This one might come into play here. We're sitting at what, 3.3 cents. So there might just be another drop. Oh man, what is that about? That's 35% though. If we get another drop, we could we could see that. Let me see what else we can figure out here. Talk to me, chart. Tell me what you're gonna do. Tell me, chart. Reveal to me your secrets. Let's come down to the smaller time frames. Oh, here on the 4 hour, she's regaining the 9 moving average, so she's starting to do something. I mean, she's had some false starts before, so don't get your hopes up too high. She can false start. She can throw us off and then slam us down to 2 cents. Why you be so tricky? Why you be so tricky? Okay, I'm still sticking with the $2 or the 2 cents. So basically, great place to DCA, man, between 3 and 2 cents, and that way you've got something in the game. It's 30% gap in between prices there, so you know, staggering those things would be your heaviest orders down here as we come down. But we got to see a confirmed bounce. If price does reclaim these areas and starts making, you know, gets a high above that, then I'd be looking for the next low to start getting in. There should be one. Right now, on the 4 hour, we got this trend line thing going on. It might give us the support we need. So she could, I mean, it's always possible it could bounce from here and not come down here, but there is some strong signs saying that this particular target might be coming into play here. She's got a messy chart. I will give you that. She does have a messy chart. And ooh, oh, you just barely skidded through that one. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. These are the signs that we got that she might be trying to turn around here. But even if she does, remember, she could still, there's still this other line. So if we ever lose this, just always keep that in the back of your mind. Have a plan if we can go to 2 cents. That way you're not just, oh crap, I'm down 30%. And this way, not, no, I have a plan for it if we went down there, and dang it, I capitalized on it. Interesting one. This crew says crypto looks more bearish than the SPX because risk on assets are the first to go into recession. When SPX and NDQ dump, algorithms will start selling everything. Yes, I do agree with the SPX dumps. Those algorithms will definitely go big sell off. They have paper hands when those things happen. And that definitely does transfer over to crypto usually. Now that we've got them back into our Bitcoin, we do have to be more mindful of what's going on in the legacy market. I've gotten away from that, and we didn't have to pay as much attention in the bear market, but now we're going to have to start keeping an eye on the legacy market too. It will have an effect. It will have an effect, especially the more the ETFs are available. Selena says, could the ETH ETFs help the market? Trading supposedly starting 7.2. It should. I mean, it should definitely be a bigger demand for ETH, and ETH is deflationary now, which is cool. Which made me start liking it more. Because until they made it deflationary, I was like, I have no interest in ETH whatsoever. Let's see if we can see any signs on the. I really look for signs on the charts more than I do the fundamentals for the ETFs, but it should help. But what we see is that they get in at a good price and then let it go up, and then they bring it back down when you know. It seems like they goes through a period of manipulation so they can get a firm good price in. So I don't think anything has started trading yet. I haven't really kept up with the news on that as of yet. So when one opens, we could definitely see prices, the interest in it go up. But then I would give it a little while and we'll probably come back crashing to the levels that we were before they started opening. So early birds getting the worms when I'm trying to guessing about what is it, where we at? About 3,000, 35. Gosh. Let me see what we got. This is a 6-1. That's not, what is this? It's orange. Why are you orange? You're some method of a 618. I just don't know what value you are. Let's just take the whole fib pool here. That's good news that we're above the 618 here Fibonacci though, and that clear this area. If it's trying to clear this area, we need to put a big horizontal line right there. So that's a good sign. We make it past this, and then we can get rid of this guy. That's already nailed it. Anyway, whatever it was. It's still going to be resistance. Maybe I ought to keep it up there. Was it 4,000? So the point that we got above this, and it looks like we confirmed above this 618 that we should be we passed the test. We should be. Chances are more likely that we're good to go here with the green light for more upward action on ETH since we got past this area. Things can change. All depends on Bitcoin and all that good stuff, but that's good. And it's respecting our trend line, so cool. I would say that we're probably starting to get another trend line form in here. If I was going to, it's too early to tell right now, but I would speculate we got this thing going on. So we just gotta see if we start making some higher highs, or good candles going to the upside here, and maybe we got a new trajectory. Ethereum looks like she might be trying to head back to 4,000 and beyond. Wouldn't it be cool? Wouldn't it be nice? See $6,000 Ethereum coming up. 59.38 technically is what I got on this fib. I had more Ethereum, but then I've slowly put it into altcoins, trading it for altcoins. And I haven't really taken much profit back into Ethereum with them. I was hoping to do that, but then the market tanked. So right now shouldn't be too terrible. If you believe in the 4-year cycle, then Bitcoin's this should be a really, really good cycle for Bitcoin. Bitcoin may steal the show. Ethereum is going to be doing great, and the legacy markets have had their eyes on Bitcoin and Ethereum for the longest, and now they got them. They're going to do great, and you need to have Bitcoin and Ethereum in your portfolio. If you don't, you may be kicking yourself. So expect them to do well. And so if Ethereum does well, then we know that DeFi, they're dying to get legacies, dying to get into DeFi. You'll probably see their own little layer 2s pop up that'll take all the air and all the steam away from the other layer 2s that we've been hoping on, because that's just what they're going to do to get the most control. Base has already kind of put his feelers out there to see if they could work it out. Doesn't have to be a coin for it. They just need the control. So I think those are two good picks, but if Ethereum goes up, well, then the altcoins on Ethereum likewise should be helping to fuel that fire. So there should be some good altcoins. It looks scary now, but when you zoom out, it's not that bad. But there can be some scary pullbacks, and there might be some. I can't tell yet what Bitcoin's going to do. But like Fish Guru was saying, there are some warning signs out there in the market, and there's some things that aren't making some sense, like why SPS is going up. Other than it's got, you know, AI is driving that, Nvidia is driving that, but helping to do that. I'm not claiming to be a market guru, especially when it comes to the legacy market and all those indices and stuff, but right now, powers that be want Bitcoin to be cheaper, and powers that be seem to have a lot of Bitcoin to dump on the market from somewhere that they got. But the powers that be that sell that Bitcoin aren't going to have it anymore, and there are going to be a lot of other powers that want that Bitcoin. So it will be bought up. We may get Bitcoin at a cheaper price, and my play is I'm buying Bitcoin however low it goes, and I'm wanting to focus more and more on Bitcoin. And maybe even some Ethereum if I can snaggle some good prices in there. I'm actually working on a plan to weed out a lot of my altcoins. I just haven't got the opportunity yet. And that's my fault because I didn't listen to my early warning signs that I saw. That we talked about here. I just didn't follow my own advice. I tried to. I was making efforts. I was trying, doing better, but you're hoping you'll get that little rally that didn't come. Hi, and Spartacus says, Mr. Miles. How's it going, Mr. Miles? Did we save Caspa for Mr. Miles? We can do Costa for Mr. Miles. Costa. Uh-oh, there's my thing. Hey, man. Oh, what did I get? A market cap? I'm impressed with Caspa. She's holding that 14 scenario, man. I thought 13 was coming for sure. I thought it'd be coming quicker. I'm going to get all this mess off because I can't see my charts, man. Maybe I can come to smaller time frame. I just get too many small time targets on there. It just irritates me. So trend line we're at. See, we still respect everything. Whatever. Shazzy made it back down here. Do you really want to erase everything? Not now. I think I just want to move things around now. I got too many lines here. Get these lines off. That's just like putting barriers between me and victory, or between price and victory. Don't want to do that. So possibly, where's that line now? This trend line is being respected. So on the daily, lowest I've got is about 14 cents that she could come down to and still respect that trend line. This group of moving averages here doing great to kind of offer some support there. Give a little lift to the girls, you know. It's the wonder bra for crypto right here for Caspa. Maybe I'll give you a little pump up. Let's go back, man. Caspa, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this little line right here because I feel like I'm just kind of keeping you from, like I'm locking you in the corral or something. So don't it's not my fault, okay? I'm going to make sure. And let me just remove the barriers in your way, Caspa, just so you can run free. I'm not even going to take this one away from you, Caspa. Just run free, baby. Run free. Let them babies, let those puppies run free. We'll just give you a little support down here. So would love to see the 17, 18 cent revisited again. That would help me out so much. Mr. Mom, my Caspa bag is steadily growing. I'm added about another 8% to that bag, and you know, just keep doing that until we start taking off. I want to see 30 cent Caspa. Mr. Miles talking about 25 cent Caspa, but I saw something recently that made me think that 30 might be a possibility. Oh, look, a shoulder, head and shoulder. We're going to crash and die. Funny how this has got kind of a rounding shape to it here. I like that myself. Where are you, rounding shape draw tool? Let's call it a curve. That came out messy as all get up. Anyway, you can see the nice little curve we got going on. Could that continue? And I think so. That's what I would be looking at anyway. I'm following this. I'm not looking for some head and shoulders toppy. This shoulder's over this one. That kind of that makes it suspect in my book anyway. Your classic head and shoulders, this shoulder would not get up above this one if you really want the good ones that are going to play out like they should and give you the nice drop you want. And you want a lower right shoulder than that one. Not saying that could just turn around and dump on her ass, but Caspa's holding strong. Striker, I'm still looking for the coin that you mentioned. Was it Vannery? Is that what you said? I'm still trying to find that. I'm scrolling through. I'm way behind on chat, I'm sure. Selena says Germany is stacking cash for military supplies. Yay, that's all we need is more bombs and weapons for everybody. Well, you got some and now I gotta get some too, and it just becomes this. It's like there's like some kind of big industrial complex out there just wanting to crank out product for some. It's like military weapons is like some kind of crack cocaine or something for some of these governments. It's weird. Why? I'm not very comfortable with knowing that my tax dollars go to fund wars. I'm just not cool with that. Wars that my Congress didn't even approve like it's supposed to. I think they need to repeal that 9/11 stuff, the Patriot Act. Oh my gosh, we're getting politics. What's been getting banned again on shadow ban? We were just quoting the recent movie from Quentin Tarantino, YouTube. That was it. Mr. Miles says, I've been married a long time. If it hadn't been for Cotton Eye Joe, where'd it come from? Where'd it go? Where'd it come from? Cotton Eye Joe. Touche, Mr. Very. Where are you at, man? Man, I can't even get my stuff out. Why not? That's very well played, Mr. Miles. I'm trying to find my little troll thing. I haven't got to use. Did I erase him? All right. Well, we got out of this one. Oh, there he is. That's what I was looking for. Touche, Mr. Miles. Touche. Sam says Germany's been struggling for a while now. Man, Germany, they got the brunt end of the deal from World War I. I don't know. I find it kind of interesting sometimes when I start going back over history, because it always seems like it changes from whatever I learned in school. I would learn stuff in grade school, then I get older and like, it's not actually that. George Washington really didn't chop down that tree. Really? Why did you tell me he chopped down the cherry tree to begin with then? Oh, he didn't. Well, great. Now I've got knowledge in my head why I don't need there. We could have put facts in there, but no, I got some stupid story that's not true. And then I'm learning some stuff. The college was kind of cool. History was really cool. I couldn't remember none of it when it come to test time, but listening to the lectures on it, I was like, oh my God, really cool. Awesome. Really? And then, and then we find out some other stuff that's just different. I think we really do live in a crazy world and we don't know what our history really is. And for some reason, I think there's some kind of throttle on some of that information. The full moon trying to pump BTC. Let's hope so. Come on, full moon pump. That is one good thing that we might be looking for, right? Full moon pump. That gives us some hopium. Thank you, Sam, for reminding me of that. Because I need a little pick me up, because I'm looking at the chart. Sometimes I'm looking at these. It's like we know the bigger charts. And the 4-year cycle, we and the happening, we know it's coming. We know it's coming. But there's like this season for the summer. There's just not. We just gotta go through it. If you didn't sell in May and walk away, then we ride the roller coaster and just kind of take advantage of what we can and guard our positions and just know that, hey, this is part of it. The pull downs come along with those big green candles to the upside. We also get pulled back. Wouldn't it be crazy if Tether dominance broke that weekly bottom trend and headed to 0%? Then you'd have to be in Bitcoin or one of the 5 alts that would be rally. The only way that I can think Tether breaking that would have to be, well, I was thinking it'd have to be some bad news for Tether, but then again, we ended up getting good news from Tether. And I know the governments, I mean, they've had Tether in its crosshairs forever, so I wouldn't doubt any attacks on Tether coming out. It seems like they love to attack Tether, but it going with the gold-backed stablecoin, that was a genius move, I thought, and I think that kind of, it looks like that should give them more credibility, more solidity now. So I don't know. The only thing I can figure that would break that line would just be something, something bad happened to Tether where nobody would want it at all. So I don't know really how to interpret that since we haven't really experienced it. But it would be, I'm sure that it would be a noteworthy experience. So either people selling getting out of Tether because it's bad or getting out of Tether because, well, we want something better like Bitcoin. I don't know. Vera, there we go, Strega. Thank you, man. Let's take a look at Vera. Well, that sucks. Did I draw lines over there? Oh, look, we doing that? Oh my gosh. So last time we looked at it, we broke the trend line. It came down and drew the shoe pattern, and I remember there was the instance what gets wicked off and gets candlestick, which it did, and that's normally a bottoming sign. She got above her 9-moving average, and then what the hell? So this is not what we would expect or normal. So that would be a total failed setup if there's any kind of setup there. That was and there would be, look, we got an Adam and Eve. Well, I mean, it's a kind of a crappy one, but maybe on a stretch. But anyway, the scallop pattern part, I mean, it came up and met its equal there, and then we lost everything. The only thing that could have saved you would be having a trend line strategy that you actually stick to. But man, that's nasty dump. So are you riding this roller coaster, Strega? Like, you suck, road dog. You told me to buy this. You said we were going to the moon. Now I can't afford diapers. Oh man, look at you. You went below the 272? Oh, what is going on here? Wait, sure it's not me. No, it ain't me. Is there some news on this one? Because we only got 272. Normally where we will get that. The 113 is normally where we would get the nice bells. Now we broke through that. Goodness gracious. Okay, well now, if it does the full extent of the move, which don't usually see that, that would be the 1 cent area. The next one down I would look for from here, we're breaking 4 cents, would be right at 3 cents. 1029295 is what I got on this chart. But her breaking this, that's where I'm looking for it to go. So the 1414 and the I don't expect this one at the 618 to hit, or the 1618. I don't expect that to hit. They can, and that would be the full 1-to-1 move from here to there. What's so big? Or what the hell? It's your fur. Oh, you're from your. What the hell are you doing? Oh my gosh, I'm getting freaking tired. Wee. If it makes you feel any better, we can take an actual measure move, but then they'll have to pay you to own it when it plays out. Well, that one got burnt a lot too, didn't it? That was, how big of a dump was that? From here, when we lost the main trend line, it's down how far? 44%. And the area which looked like it was trying to bottom and could have, and lost it. From there, we're down an additional 30%. Ooh. Well, what are you doing with it? Are you trying to salvage it? Are you trying to DCA into it? So if you get a bounce back, are you writing her off? I don't know of any bad news on this, but it just looks like it just got slammed like all the other ones. I've read an article, and I think I posted it over in the Telegram group, but a lot of the VCs supposed to have money tied up in things from last cycle, and they just took advantage to just trying to show some profits for whatever time frame that they got. There's just one article that I had read that had those suggestions out there that made sense. So maybe VCs are getting out of the altcoins so they can get in something a little bit more stable. Hell, they may be buying Bitcoin for all we know, or planning to. Who knows? I doubt it. They probably got some little trash little project that they're getting ready to launch. Try to get out of the old projects, make some shiny new ones, and promise the world and let us buy them and try to make money on them. Sunlendus, I just lost. There's 85,000-ish August, drop September, October, pump November 25. 85,000 in August. I would like that. We gotta start turning around now though if we're going to get it. But I mean, we could be doing our drop now, and then I definitely see the pump and the comeback. I can see that coming. I'm not really seeing a drop in September, October. I'm starting to. From what I'm seeing, I'm thinking things could actually start picking up around that time. But I mean, yeah, it's still a little bit too early for me to tell. It really depends on what happens right now, though. Bear Network went to 0.036 cents. I should be a paid troll at this point, says Mr. Miles. Hey, if you identified as a cherry tree chopper, then that was what he was, you no. Touche. Gosh darn him, Mr. Miles. I lost my troll. Oh, there it is. It's hidden. Touche, Mr. Miles. Touche. Watch and chop down the weed tree and smoke a ball. Smoking with Franklin, says Strega. This grew 75% of the entire stock market cap and 10%. Just like in 1929. There are a lot of theories out there. They're trying to crash this market. Trying to bring in that fourth revolution. Fourth industrial revolution, that is. Trying to convert us all over to digital economy. Tokenizing everything. Altcoin holders need to be careful, says Fish Guru. I'm not trying to kill dreams, people. I'm just trying to save them for the right time. No one ready for what's about to happen. Yeah, And so I'm not being dismissive of that at all. There are some signs. There are some signs, things to be paying attention to. Definitely are. And some seem to be some big moves at play, especially when it comes to politics, which will carry over to our market. Right now, I am just at caution. That's how I'm looking at this, as caution. I'm not trying to do anything gung-ho one way or the other. I recognize that I had an opportunity to put myself in a better position, having more dry powder, that I missed the majority of that. And so now I just have to be cautious, and I recommend everybody be cautious. But maybe something could give us their little blast and everything. Bitcoin takes off and everything. I don't know what that would do to altcoins. I got a theory that it can leave altcoins behind. There's some signs that show that. I'm getting mixed signals here, and that's exactly how they want us to be if they are trying to take it up. And they're happy with us being confused if they're trying to take it down too. So right now I am kind of a little bit mixed on there. I'm just being cautious. I just see that we need to be cautious. So I mean, and it's a mixed bag on YouTube too. You're saying buy the altcoins now, and there are some on some of the charts. It looks like a great place to buy it, but I would say keep in the back of your mind, there could be a situation where we might see a lower low, and try to plan for it, or at least don't discount that idea. History says, look at the timing of our alt listings, people. Wouldn't it make more sense when Bitcoin was at 15%, the list your project then? Oh, when they're listing new ones? Is that what you're talking about, like, when they're listing new altcoins and stuff? I know this. Any new altcoins from this point out, I'm going to look at very skeptically. Most of the new good ones will come out sometime before the halving. They'll try to get that stuff out there, and it's best if they do it in, well, a lot of them don't want to release the altcoins in the deep bear market. Usually when you start getting some pump in crypto, to release the news so they can take advantage of it, but especially pre-halving. But any coins coming out after the halving, I'm kind of like, more than likely a money grab than an actual project, in my personal opinion. I don't know if that's what you're talking about or not, but that's where it took me anyway. Striker says, Bob Moore, thanks for now. Same with Theta. How's Theta doing? She was making a little bit of a comeback, wasn't she? She got down, what, she's about $1, yeah, about $1.50 now. That's cool. Oh yeah, dipped into the green box that was put out a long time ago. I don't know if that's respecting the trend line. That's the main thing. You need to bounce, Theta. So I don't know about Theta. Most of the other altcoins have lost their main trend line. Is Theta just lagging behind, or we're looking at this for a partial decline to break out, and then all hell fell loose in the market? Thank you, Bitcoin, or whatever the hell happened. And that's how it can happen in crypto. So there was so many things that were setting up to look good, and then we just freaking lost it. But were the signs there? And I'm going to argue that they were, and I'm going to argue that they were. And I'm going to argue that my bias has kind of gotten to me on some things. Because if I was looking at any other thing and I saw this 3.618 Fibonacci extension pop up, I would be saying, oh crap, this is too hot. This is a turnaround time. And what I could have, should have, but definitely something I'll be respecting a lot more. Fish Guru says, maybe Joe will drop his pants at a press conference and the market will rally for a day. Hey, Jay Yibby, how's it going? So ready for a lower low. Well, that's the right mindset to have. A lot of people are wanting it. Technically, we've been in a bull market for 16 years. If you put the DXY on the 3-month time frame, you can see something is about to break. Oops, I'm on the wrong thing. Let's take the DXY. Shoot, it looks even noisy on the DX on the monthly. As I went to the 3-month for a second. Where is your structure? Are you trying to duck lip on my 3-month chart here, dollar DXY? So I'm assuming you're looking for a break. It looks like she's trying to go to the possibly to the upside. We're in mid-range right now, and I don't have a solid other than a rejection here on the trend line. On the monthly, I got more signs saying that we're looking a little bit more positive, like we'd be coming up here toward this fib area than anything. But being below this trend line, I mean, I'm just bouncing within a range, basically, is what I'm saying. This is cool. So I'm taking it, we're seeing more upside for DXY, which would not be the greatest. I'm sure this plays in the 10-year. How are 10-year bonds? Do I have them on here? This is not my forte. In the 10-year, I had it on here. I was curious how the bonds were looking. Bitch Guru says, technically we've been boom. Okay, yeah, we read that. Okay, cool. To me, the dollar is looking bullish right now. Although that doesn't affect us too well for crypto usually. So, what kind of smoke and mirrors are they using to make this dollar more attractive? Is this just a short-term thing? Wish I had a way to keep up with the bricks. That would be interesting. I think I&J's had a nice little area to think about formulating a plan or something. She's getting cheaper. She definitely lost her trend line there, but we do have this main one down here. There might be a wick down at some point. If we can't reclaim this 50 moving average area, where I'm on the weekly here, we can come down to, well, actually the weekly kind of spells it out. Lose this on the weekly and then that's not good. Then $13 could definitely be in the picture, or even worse, to retest that 100 moving average area. But oh daily, are you gonna do it for real? She may be doing it. She needs to get below $18 over here. This was the other low. I&J's getting to some juicy prices. Look at this inverted head and shoulders to the upside, which then fell down off its ass. Wow. This was a measured move and didn't get hit because you suck, road dog. 200 moving average on the daily did not let us get past it, and we did Couldn't see the 100 crossing the 200. Well, this is what happened. Crypto is going to zero. Oh my gosh. So this weekend, I'm looking to see if there is more money coming into the market. See if we get any kind of influx on our altcoins. So far, it's not showed up yet. Might it happen tomorrow on a Saturday? I don't know. Weekends have been kind of interesting. Lots of whale games going on. Again, this is a time in the market where I'm just, be cautious. If you got to buy, if you feel that need to buy, I recommend just nibbling. I don't think you're going to make the bargain of your life just quite this weekend, or getting the very bottoms of anything just quite yet this weekend. So we just got to be careful. But guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I'll be back again tomorrow evening too, taking a look at the market and see if I can put a little study of some of the things that Fish Guru was talking about, and taking a little closer look on some of those other indices and things too. I think he's got some good information to share. It's worth looking at. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Where's the end button? There we go.
Come on, come here, bud. Come on. You freaky dog.
Jay Evie says, I need to move my funds off of MexC by June 30th. Do you have any recommendations on a good non-KYC exchange? Oh. I use CoinEx. I've had luck with it. You do have to have a VPN. What's the other one? Blowfly is supposed to, I haven't tried Blowfly, but I think they even reached out to me. I just never answered back to them. But I've been hearing some good things about Blowfly being a good place. So yeah, you got to keep a revolving list of exchanges, just because there's always going to be something like this happen. So it's always good to have a lot of exchanges lined up, and you never know where you can find one coin or need to send a coin to sell it, things like that. So it's always good to have several different accounts at several different exchanges, just for you never know. Good night, guys. Oh, and throw this up there, just document it, so I won't forget. Appreciate you being here, good Fish Guru.